I had the surgery in November of 2011, approximately 2.5 to 3 years ago. It feels different. Initially it was a shock. I couldn't believe what I was looking at in the mirror, but then eventually I got used to it, and it's interesting. You know, I get a lot of compliments. It definitely looks different, more exotic. I just wanted to try something different. I just wanted to look more exotic, just a little bit more interesting. I figured the color that I had I thought was too plain and too normal, so I just wanted to try something different. Well, initially there was a shock. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. They thought it was color contacts. They thought it was temporary. And then when I told them that it was permanent, it took some getting used to, but you know, I kind of stick out as a family member because most of my family are a little bit darker and they have darker eyes. So I look more like a distant relative rather than a close one. But you know, they've accepted it, and they compliment me. My friends and family, they've accepted it for what it is, and they think it's pretty, it's cool. So they just want to make sure that I'm safe and that I'm healthy, and so far so good, and that I'm happy. So I see my eye doctor. I've seen my eye doctor, ophthalmologist, once before the surgery and twice after. I get an annual checkup, and my cell count, there was a little bit of loss just because of the surgery, but it's still very high. It's about 2,700 in the right eye and about 2,650 in the left. So a very high cell count. My intraocular pressure was 14 and 15 on the last exam that I had 3 months ago in March. And overall, they say my eyes are very healthy. The doctor just advises me just to keep monitoring it and letting, you know, just to make sure everything's safe. But so far, so good. If I had to, I would. As of right now, I'm happy where I'm at. But you know, if I did go back, I would be okay with it. But you know, last couple of years have definitely been interesting. It's kind of like I'm a new not a new person, but just a new version of the old self, per se. So, but if it had to happen, if I had to change it, then I would be okay with it. But I'm happy the way things look right now. It took about 10 days. First 5 to 7 days, the eyes were a little sore, a little sensitive to light, and I had to make sure that they were covered at night, which is something that I still do. I wear like not an eye patch, but like a sleep mask, just to make sure that I don't rub my eyes. But after about 10 days, 10 to 14 days, they were healed and no longer sensitive. I do have to be aware not to make hard contact on the eyes. You know, so I was doing a lot of mixed martial arts, and I had to kind of take a step back from that just because of the contact. But other than that, you take the normal precautions that you would with your eyes anyway. Wear glasses when necessary, and just avoid hard contact with the eye. Don't rub the eye, don't lay on the eyes. These are things that you should be doing whether you have implants or not, just to make sure that your eye health is as safe as possible. I would advise anybody that wants to get these types of surgeries done, just to make sure that you do your research, that you do check with an ophthalmologist to make sure that your eyes are currently healthy and able to get a procedure like this done, and that you're willing to take the necessary precautions to make sure that you can not only look good, but you can feel good as well. So that would be my advice. And then you obviously have to budget for it. But you know, if it's something that you want to do, I would say go for it, as long as you do the research. So far, the company's been good to work with. So they do answer all my questions, and the doctor was great. So he gets back to me right away, and he was a pleasure to work with.